And any hole that's bigger than that beak, she can get her whole body through. Because that's the only solid part, so she can sort of get through in little bits.
Looks like she's preparing a retreat.
She's hanging on the toys again.
Oh, that's glorious.
That little green thing is a toy, and to the left over here, the pink thing was the lid for it. And the intern had put food inside, and she unscrewed the pink lid from the green toy. She's been hanging on to them and letting them go all afternoon.
Oh, fun. I'm glad to see her in good spirits.
She really is. She certainly seems to be.
Having a great afternoon, isn't she?
Oh, she's gone very dark red-brown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the bottom side of her mantle is white.
Fabulous. Feeling groovy.
Every so often you may see little bits of flat tissue floating in the water. The surface of all of her sucker feet wear off all the time.
Oh, okay.
So that's what those little discs of tissue make.
She regenerates, huh?
It's like when we actually wear off the top layer of our skin all the time, so it's the same idea.
Absolutely.
Because she needs to be able to hold securely and also taste with her sucker feet. Ooh, light tan. Hanging on to that toy. Probably still has the essence of food in it. She's all bumpy on the end of the mantle now.
So she changes texture too.
Mm-hmm, she does. I would call it smooth or quilted or corrugated or bumpy or spiky. All varieties and variations of those textures.
She's loving life. What'd you feed her?
Well, I don't know. The intern said it was a fish that they put inside the toy.
New mix, huh? I've never seen her so active.
Wow.
This is a beautiful film.
She's sort of gray.
Yeah, she's turning brown. Yes, very brown. I don't think my camera's picking up these color changes. It's picking up the movement.
She's got little bumps by her eyes again.
Aha.
Please.
No flash. Not this lady. Oh, that's glorious footage. I'm sorry to hoard the window here.
Here she comes. She can change her skin texture and color in a flash, or different parts of her body, different colors and textures.
I come here every Friday and look for her. And this is the best show ever.
Her arms are sort of red-brown, yet her mantle is sort of a tan white.
Oh, she's just glorious. Cordelia, you say?
Yes, or Cordy for short. And Cordelia is daughter of the sea. I'm not sure if it's Greek or Latin, but you can see she's white by her eyes now. Little bumps behind the eyes. Now you can see the bottom part a little bit. Where all her legs meet on the bottom is actually her mouth. And her mouth has a hard beak, sort of like a parrot, and it's made out of chitin, like a parrot's beak or your fingernails. That's the only hard part of her body. Any hole that's bigger than her eating beak, she can get her whole body through.
This is a big day at the aquarium. She's out and about. So her mouth's in there. I see that.
Where they all meet. The siphons on each side of her mantle are where she takes water in and out. When she does spurt swimming or very fast sort of jump swimming, she jets water out of those siphons. The siphons take water in and run it over the gills. That's how she gets oxygen from the water. She actually has 2 brachial hearts in the mantle that help take the oxygen from the water. Then there's a circulatory heart that puts the oxygenated blood through her whole body.
Lovely.
So she actually has 3 hearts.
Thank you. You're just an encyclopedia.
And whereas our blood is iron-based red blood that hits the air, she has copper-based blood.
Does she really?
So when her blood hits the air, it turns pale blue.
When her blood hits the air, it turns pale blue. I did not know that.
They're considered very intelligent animals.
Yes.
I've heard different comparisons. A 2-year-old, or a cat or a dog, or something on that order. They learn, they remember. Mantle's a very pale tan, I would say.
What's the lifespan for?
Very short, good question. The lifespan, I've heard a couple different things. So I will give you 4 to 5 years. I've heard 4 to 6, depends. This is a giant Pacific octopus. They're from the Washington, Oregon area. Puget Sound, I was just told. There's a person or a company who has permission, has passed all the tests to be the only one who can collect them legally and pass them on to aquariums and that kind of place, our kind of place. Also in the tank, there's a gray sea star, a short spine sea star. On the rock, there's an ochre sea star. There is another one wrong. Oh, on the bottom, right under the octopus, there's a lavender sea star. Very active.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are suctions on all of her arms. She uses them to hold on to things and also to taste things. That's why they are always wearing off a layer of skin. There's a thin layer of tissue from one of her sucker feet because it's always wearing off to have a fresh, tasting, holding surface.
What are they eating?
Some of their favorite foods are shellfish. A lot of times...
How big is the shellfish they can
Well,
eat?
there's actually a small shell there, mussels and clams. She's still small, so they probably don't put big things. And in the toy, the 2 pieces, there's a green piece up there, a red piece down here. They had put cut up fish inside it for her to eat. And she opened it up, it's a screw top, and when I came on at 2 o'clock, she was holding all of her toys. She had the ball and the food toy in 2 pieces, and she had them all. She wasn't going to give them up.
She got treats.
So the bottom side of her mantle is all white.
Yes.
Between the webbing, it's sort of white and light tan.
Even this relative is...
Oh, no flash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No flash.
Oh, you're gonna scare.
Yeah.
If it gets frightened, it can ink, and because it's an enclosed tank, it would contaminate everything.
Oh,
and
I
her.
see.
So we asked.
Oh, you had the ink. Oh,
Yes,
I
yeah,
forgot that part.
Right.
So that's kind of to protect the
Yes.
enemy attack.
They can put out ink, and the enemy can't see them, so they can quickly get away. Which is fine in the ocean because the ocean will take the poison away.
Right.
But in an enclosed space, it's not a good idea.
In terms of their offspring, are they very high output in terms of the...
Yes, good question. The female octopus lays hundreds and hundreds of small eggs and lays them under a ledge or in a cave. They're about the size of a grain of rice. They're very small. She guards them and aerates them for 3 months or so. During that time, she's not eating. So when they finally hatch out, again, it's a very enlarged picture. It's maybe this size is right. When the